up in a small town in Manitoba, Kim Randall knows the struggles some teens face.
You know, as a teenager, of course you're going to experiment with drugs and alcohol, but I will admit I did make my fair share of bad decisions, even if I had somebody to talk to get through those hard teenage years.
Even moving to Saskatoon when she was 14 was a challenge for Kim, so she began visiting Streetforce Youth Centre, where she met her husband Chris for the first time.
In the inner city, there seems to be a prevalence of pressures towards gang activity with drugs, and we have seen over the years young girls pushed into prostitution as well. One of the things that I think has kept me in it for 10 or 11 years has been seeing the strength that the youth face who grow up in this neighborhood.
Right now, there's a lot of suicide in youth, so we've dealt with that. Sometimes you don't have a safe place to go, and for me, helping out, it was like, well, I'm giving back because I knew I didn't have a very safe place to go.
Now, more than 10 years later, both Chris and Kim have transformed the Riversdale Youth Centre into a well-known safe haven for Saskatoon's inner-city youth, offering opportunities that many may not get at home.
It's been great. It's always really neat to see kids who come, you know, after school at 7 or 8 years old, and then 5 or 6 years later they're still coming at 14, 15, you know. To me that says a lot, that they're really enjoying the programming that we offer. And several of them, like for instance the story of the one youth that I told you, the 17-year-old girl who 2 years ago was the first in her family ever to graduate with a grade 12. You know, she said to Kim and myself, you know, that she knew she wouldn't have been able to do that without the supports of the program that we provided.
Youth aren't really that scary. All they want is somebody to love them and understand them and just listen. If they need somebody to talk to, I'm here, and just kind of things that I wish I had when I was a teenager.
Looking back on their time with the group, the couple agrees that the memories and relationships they've created has changed their life forever.
It's hard. Sometimes you care about them, and it's hard because sometimes you see what they're going through and you wish you could do more, and sometimes you just can't. You do what you can.
There was a guy that came here when he was, I think, 9 or 10 to our after-school program, and then when he was 13 got involved in gang activity and spent some time in and out of Kilburn Hall, and then at one point had to deal with some fairly serious charges. I was able to sit down and recommend that we be his community support when he was released from Kilburn Hall, and then we were able to help him get a job, and I think he's 18 now, and he's been working solidly for 2 years and has completely left the gang lifestyle behind. And so that, you know, that's in a nutshell is, you know, exactly why we do what we do.
Although both Chris and Kim would like to expand their programs in the future, for now they'll continue taking the streets by force with the goal of helping one at-risk teen at a time. For Go Saskatoon, I'm Janella Hamilton.
Yes! Oh. Run, run, run! Come on, yeah! You can do it!